Critical Care Network in North West London is a strategic collaboration of organisations. We cover about 1.5 million adult population. It's a way of bringing together clinicians, managers and commissioners in order to get an economy of scale, an economy of effort and the very best out of the resources available for critical care patients. These are the most acutely unwell and often the very sickest patients in the hospital. We are not disease specific, it's patient need rather than an actual condition. So I think the real strength of the network are the knowledge and skills of all the people involved coming together for the benefit of the patient.
The network for me is both a professional collaboration, multidisciplinary one, but is also, and most importantly, the chance to improve critical care for patients across our entire patch. We have 13 NHS hospitals and 8 private ones, and so this is a large group of people to whom we can make a difference. And by functioning as a network, and one which is small enough and intimate enough that we know our colleagues from the hospitals next door, we have the same boundaries as some of our training rotations, we are able to work with people that we know well, we can meet regularly, we can generate ideas, but we're big enough to influence, we're big enough to create and help to improve patient pathways, and thereby make a big difference. And by having a large number of people who all feel engaged, it also means we can innovate, we can crowdsource ideas and generate improvements in a way that you can't do with a small group or with a very top-down approach.
I think being part of the network has offered a lot of things to us. But I think if there were any things I was going to draw attention to, there'd be first of all the access to high quality and good value training for a wide range of staff. Our participation in the network quality measures has enabled us to benchmark ourselves and to concentrate on those areas that we really need to improve upon. And I think the other thing is that regularly meeting with other people from the network means that we get to hear what's going on in the wider world, and it means that we can stay up to date with evidence-based care as much as is possible.
The benefits of being part of the critical care network from a commissioning point of view is that you have a repository of all of the information that's relevant to you in one single place that you can refer to easily. Also, it means that the network itself is staffed by consultants, it's staffed by nursing staff and other relevant clinicians, operational managers and commissioning managers, and everyone in that room can get to a shared understanding of what is happening around critical care. The benefits of that are largely twofold. One is that the trust of the people in that room increases manifestly and enables services to be improved in an environment of trust, which is very important when you're commissioning services and they're commissioned well. And secondly, any improvements in terms of the commissioning cycle, including any quality metrics, are able to be improved as they become apparent or new developments occur.
The North West London Critical Care Network is ideal for us because we can share information and we can develop policies together, and that's really helpful.
I get involved with the network because it helps to make a seamless performance for not only the patients when they're being transferred, but the important bit in the middle, which is where we're going from one unit to another, allows that to actually evolve and do what is in the best interest of the patient.
Patients benefit because their doctors, nurses and allied health professionals communicate better. They cooperate both in clinical as well as logistic terms, for example when there's bed shortages or patients need to be transferred. And the network has an important role in education and further teaching and training of all health professionals in the area.
As a nurse working in education, the network is something that I've been involved in for a good number of years. I've found it to be very beneficial. I've built up a good peer network that I can turn to for support, and we share workload. For my patients, they benefit from the guidelines and protocols that we have developed so that they're ensuring that they're getting the best possible care. For my staff, it's something they use every day. It's very subtle. They might not always be aware of it, but it's there.
As a respiratory physiotherapist working within the critical care network, we look at improving the outcome of our patients, whether it's improving the throughput of the patient or overall outcome. At present, we are looking at work streams around specific respiratory conditions. We rather than having single hospitals working on this, we have a collaboration of many hospitals within the areas, and we have specialists from all those different areas getting together and making those important decisions of how we improve patient outcome.
Well, I think we're extremely lucky in North West London to have the critical care network, because it means that we can work together very genuinely in improving patients' experiences and outcomes in intensive care.
For me personally, the critical care network has been invaluable within my role. We come together to plan for events, we share learning, and then when we actually have an incident, which I was experienced very recently, they're a lifeline at the end of the phone to ensure and give us a reassurance that we're actually doing the right thing. And then sort of collaboratively working together and ensuring that any lessons identified or any good practice is shared within the network.
North West London Critical Care Network provides a fantastic opportunity for me to learn from other people across the network, to share learning and to share experiences and to do projects together.
The North West London Critical Care Network is very important, as it's an organisation which covers a multitude of functions, all together improving care for patients in North West London. Particularly, it's a forum for clinicians to get together and discuss common problems, develop care pathways that affect similar patients in different institutions, and participate in projects such, for instance, the Transfer Training Project, Quality Improvement Measures Project, all of which go to improving patient care.
The thing I find most valuable about the network is the fact that it's not just about people on top dictating what everybody else on the front line does. And I can say this with all honesty because I was one of those people on the front line. I was an anaesthetic registrar when the network asked me to become involved with them. And I think that's really important in making people feel empowered and part of the bigger team, and you know, it yields great results.
I think the network benefits patients through collaboration. All the intensive care units in North West London all talking to each other, their leads and all of the consultants interacting, sharing information, sharing challenges as well as solutions. It's got to be good for patients.